Well, this man also has a story. In fact, he's got hundreds of stories. I think you know what I'm talking about. Go well, Dave.
On Breakfast with Vossy and Brandy, the back page with David Riccio. When automation is key to your business's success, trust Conveyor Logistics for your warehouse automation solutions.
Morning, David.
Hey, happy Thursday, boys.
Oh, that's a nice way to start. Yeah, I've heard that before. Happy Thursday.
Upbeat.
Yeah,
Upbeat.
nice. Good areas.
Just before we get into the
Yes.
into the footy chat, can we just talk a little 360? I don't know if you watched last night, Dave, but we've got a text here, and I won't read the exact words, but it says Michael Carianis put Hooper in his place again. Can you spell anything? Spill anything on that?
Well, boys, I've got to. Well, if that has happened, I need to watch a replay this morning because, boys, I had the under-15s De La Salle Rugby League football training. We've got our grand final preparation this weekend.
Oh, God.
So I missed 360 last night. I will watch a replay.
So you got to watch it because Dave has said you had to watch 360 last night. Carianis and Hooper at it again. Carianis, obviously the winner. Yeah, knockout. Hoops, what's going on? Yeah, anyway.
MC off the top belt.
Yeah, MC, I can see that. Payne Haas, Nico Hines, some big names named in the reserves for their respective teams. Do they look like playing?
Yeah, look, Brandy, we are at the business end of the season, aren't we? And this is where it gets interesting when big guns start to return. And certainly from a Broncos perspective, every Broncos fan out there knows how significant this match is on the weekend. And it's the derby. It's against the Dolphins. And, you know, Wayne's starting to talk tough as far as wanting to get one over the Broncos. And Broncos are talking as though they're already in the finals. Kevy's belief system is such. But Payne Haas would be such a massive inclusion. I can tell you this. He trained with the main group yesterday. Now, for me, after years and years and years and years and years of doing this, when they start to get involved in the main group, they're getting serious. And Payne is virtually, I think, 24 hours away from being declared, basically in or out. But I think he's firming every day as far as getting back into this team. It was a foot issue, and so long as he trains well on Friday, he plays. And really, guys, it would only be light stuff from here on in for Payne Haas if yesterday's main group session is only to go by. But that would just be a huge inclusion, guys, for the Brisbane Broncos.
It would. Massive. What about Nico and his...
Yeah.
And the role that he might play. So, will Nico come off the bench for the Sharks on Saturday night?
Look, I don't think he will. I don't think he'll come off the bench, Brandy. I think again, he's firming every day. Has worked overtime, remembering that this was a broken foot and a syndesmosis injury all at once at a training mishap 8 weeks ago. So he's come back. He's 8 weeks. It was originally suggested that he'd be back for first week of the finals. Here he is 2 weeks prior to the finals, has worked overtime rehab and recovery 24/7 and is training well currently in preparation to return against the Warriors on Saturday night. Again, Cronulla have a captain's run tomorrow, of which I would suggest Nico only needs to walk through to be cleared to play against the Warriors. I would think he comes straight into the halves, guys, and my belief is this: if you're the Cronulla Sharks and you believe that you can go deep into the finals, well, you need as many minutes and as much game time under Nico Hines' belt to get humming for the finals. And I don't think you need to play safe by easing him back off the bench. You need to just go for it from Saturday night and get this truck rolling. As far as your belief in that, if it's Trindle and Hines is going to be the halves, well, that's where it needs to start on Saturday night with an 80-minute performance. So too the following week against Manly, and away you go into the finals with 2 big runs under your belt. So I don't know how you think about that, Brandy, but that's where I feel as though the Sharks will head, that he'll come straight into the starting halves position.
Okay.
You like the logic, Brandy?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Well, you've got to get him in there. Like Nico's going to be the halfback, so you may, if he's fit to play, you may as well play him.
Yeah. I just think Atkinson. And I don't. Again, Cronulla don't play a utility on the bench. Someone's very unlucky. Atkinson, to me. Well, okay. I think Braden Trindle's the lucky misses out. I think Atkinson's just a gem. He's a gem. He's good, valuable player. And anyway, very tough
call. Toss of the coin between those two. Yeah.
Just on the rugby union, thank you to Nathan getting in touch with us. Morning, boys. 4th year in a row, Leichhardt for rugby grand final. Go Norths. Fortune favours the brave. Thank you, Nathan of North Sydney, and others getting in touch too. But Concord Oval is hosting the Subbies Division 1 grand finals this weekend. That from Aaron. So thank you. A bit of a rugby union update there. Now, David, movement at the Tigers. Now, we're just talking about Concord out of the Centre of Excellence. Can you excite Tigers fans with some signing news this morning?
Yeah, look, it depends how you view the signing. I think it would be a pretty good pickup by the West Tigers in Royce Hunt, guys, Cronulla Sharks front rower. Now, Royce is contracted to the Sharks next season. However, he was told earlier this year that, Royce, if you're able to find a club for 2026, then you should start to have a look around, because we just don't think we can get you in with the arrival of Adam Fanul, Blake, etc., and all the other front rowers that are currently on contract beyond 25 for the Sharks. So, Royce, my mail is there's a 3-year deal that has been agreed to terms with the West Tigers and Royce Hunt. I believe Royce Hunt will be going to the Tigers, guys, and I think it would just be a matter of negotiation between the Sharks and Tigers of the earlier release. I said that he was contracted next year, and I think it will be amicable that Royce Hunt arrives at Concord next year, guys. And, he averages about 25 minutes, guys, but in that 25 minutes, he brings plenty of punch. And there's a belief from the West Tigers' point of view, following the departure of Stefano Utokumanu, so too John Bateman. There's a whole inexperienced front rowers, and Royce, they believe, fills that void. And as I said, 3-year deal, of which he probably wouldn't have got from Cronulla or elsewhere. 29 years of age. I think he brings a bit of punch to that Tigers pack. Now, they are also looking at others. Jack Bird and Corey Horsburgh remain on their radar. And Jack Bird's scenario is interesting. Again, he's on contract next year with an option. He's contracted Saints, but he's certainly in talks. Corey Horsburgh, he's doing a bit of a tour. He's doing a bit of a tour of many clubs, but the Tigers are definitely showing interest in Horsburgh as well. But it's the Royce Hunt signing. Guys, I think this one it's a matter of just getting through the weekend's matches, and we'll see it ratified early next week.
Okay. There was a bit of Eels news around yesterday in regards to Clint Gutherson and Ryan Madison. Now, both Jason Riles has said, yep, we want you both, but it doesn't sound like Gutho's going to be playing fullback.
Yeah, so the reason Jason Riles is responding to this is because of the narrative and headlines that have been circling around those two players about their futures. Now, Gutho's got options in his contract, so yes, I appreciate that Riles believes that Gutho's going to be there, but while there's flexibility in players' contracts, it's never a certain thing. Ryan Madison's interesting, guys. He was one of those players that were suggested that had been tapped on the shoulder to look around and try and find a new club beyond next season. However, that's backflipped. They now believe that Madison will stay, and that they are planning that he'll be there. And that basically from 25, he'll be part of the roster. So I don't think we'll see any more news unless there's a big left field turn on Ryan Madison leaving Parramatta. The only wiggle room remains Regan Campbell-Gillard at Parramatta. And the suggestion is clearly St George Illawarra. The Cowboys are sitting in the background for Big Reg, but it's mainly the Dragons as they attempt to work out what's left in their salary cap and what type of deal they can put forward. I've mentioned before, guys, it's only a 2-year offer that the Dragons are willing to go to. So there's a little bit of haggling still to go. There was suggestion of a player swap out of Saints to Parramatta to expedite the deal. Nothing has eventuated at this point in time.
Okay.
Right.
I can tell you, David, too, from my insiders in the north of England and plenty of journos that I know there, they believe the Titans will be announcing signings of at least one front rower. They've been on a bit of a recruitment mission over there, looking around for front rowers. South Sydney did the same when they were over there earlier this year, signing off on the St Helens half. But I think you'll find the Titans are going to dig into the well of British Rugby League and come back with a front rower. Middle forwards, people don't like... I know Dominic Young's going okay and all that sort of thing, but I think you go to England to sign forwards, don't you? You don't punt on backs, you sign forwards. And, Elliot Whitehead, living proof of that, Morgan Smithies, the Burgess boys, all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Now, there's a question here on the text for you, David. What's the news about the Knights Halves Circus? That from 184. The Knights Halves Circus. Any news?
Well, yeah, look, the Knights they've got a brewing storm, guys. And it's not going to rain today and it's not going to rain tomorrow. Basically, they're going to put a little bit of press pause, so to speak, on their halves dilemma, of which we're talking about, because they need to get to the finals first. Have everyone focused on getting to the finals. I think post final series we'll see plenty of discussion in and around the Newcastle Knights roster, and mainly we're talking about the halves of Jackson Hastings, Tyson Gamble, Cogger. There's a plethora of they're good halves, guys. I'm not disrespecting them, but they are void of an elite half. They are void of an elite half, and they've got major salary cap issues, the Knights, of which why we're seeing Daniel Saifidi tapped on the shoulder, Jaden Brayley tapped on the shoulder. We're seeing Leo Thompson. I spoke about this. I suggest he'll be going to November 1 to test the open market. So look, give it a month, and we're going to see a lot of movement at the Newcastle Knights in and around the futures of their halves, yes, but ultimately their entire roster.
Yeah, they just can't continue to rotate the halves. They've been in and out. And I throw the young English boy into that mix too. I don't know whether he's going to solve any problems for them. Will Price. I don't know if he's going to turn himself into an NRL half. So they've got four halves there that really are backup. They're backup halves.
Yeah. That's right. That's a great way of putting it. And no, that is the honest way of putting it. They have. They'll serve you if you play 24 games in a season. They can give you service for half.
Yeah, half it. Yeah.
You know what? You might get half the season out of them across the full.
That's right. Not
games.
Starting. They're not starting halves. No.
That's quite a position. Now, Brandy locked in very early. Once the team came out on Tuesday, Melbourne Storm to win tonight. He saw Pappenhausen. He saw Munster. He knows
that
Bellamy.
Was enough.
He locked it in. David, what do the tea leaves say for you?
Yeah, boys. Geez, I like your confidence, Brandy, because I'm feeling you, Brandy. I am feeling you, and it's
interesting quote.
Sounds like I know.
Today I feel disabled. Today I feel gay.
Yeah, let's go. Brandy, I'm feeling
cringe
you.
a little bit,
am.
David.
No, I'm because there's a lot of you've got lack of faith in the Cowboys, haven't you? That's where you're coming from.
I think
that's where you're coming from.
Bit hit and miss, the Cowboys this year.
Yes. Boys, seriously, if the Cowboys want to do anything this season, they need to be beating the depleted Melbourne Storm. Minus
a lot of pressure on the Cowboys.
Players.
A lot of pressure on the Cowboys to win.
Pressure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
There is.
Absolutely. At home. Now, look, there's a little late change. Jackson Purdue, he's been added to the bench. Kulikefu Fuiaki, he's dropped out of the side with a hand injury.
Okay.
But really, honestly, guys, if this Cowboys side means anything to anyone, they have to be beating this depleted Melbourne Storm. You know what, but with Paps, with Munster, I'm with Brandy.
Could happen, David.
I think your quote was, "You're feeling, Brandy." I think that's what you said.
I'm feeling
Today
it,
I feel migrant worker. Today I feel Brandy.
Yeah.
That's great stuff. That's great. Look, if they can play the emotion card to the Cowboys tonight, now that we know that Kyle Felt is leaving and is going off to St Helens. Is there something there? Grand final hero. Is that the extra edge? Something, Randy?
Mail for you from Townsville. Farlongo to fullback, Anderson to the wing, Pappenhausen to start at 7. Start as halfback.
Oh, wow. I like this. Pappenhausen
there we go.
Accommodate.
That one's from Mark.
You're saying Mark's up there. Mark, can you get back to us on the weather? Just the 27 or 28? Is today the cooler day or the hotter day? The 27 or the 28? Every day is 27 or 28, apparently. David, great segment. Great segment. No surprise. You've been in red-hot form and you're building up to the finals. Conveyor Logistics are all over you. They love having you. In fact, you've won the battle. Who's going to be the face on the back of taxis? I've just got in the news. You are on the back of taxis, Conveyor Logistics, driving around Melbourne for your warehouse automation solutions. There's a photo of you with a thumbs up. I like that.
Yeah,
go well.
Well, people might be driving. Yeah, I hope it's on the front, not the back, because they'll be driving off the road if it's on the back. Hey, listen, boys.
True.
I just want you boys to go well.
Thank you, David Riccio.
Thanks,
David Riccio from the Telegraph.